4 years ago, we took a leap of faith and bought a Swedish manor house that once served as a hotel. Now, we're transforming it into our forever home. Join us as we bring this historic estate back to life, with all the craziness that comes with it. Welcome to Swedish Manor Life. In this episode, we're testing colors in the study and giving our sofa a fresh coat of paint. We head out to find the perfect pinboard to organize our ideas. It's harvest season and we pick apples to make cider. And we showcase our stunning flower border. Plus, we're answering all your burning questions about who we are and how we met. You won't want to miss it.
We are back in the study.
Yeah.
And we are about to do what?
We're gonna try out some colors. We had some inspiration from the manor that we visited last week. And we found a few yellow tones that we think we're liking. And we're gonna try them out. This is the darkest yellow of the two.
First color is up, and the commentary section, over to you.
Well, it's a bit too colorful, I think. It looks like Pooh Bear house.
Winnie the Pooh?
Winnie the Pooh?
Yeah.
So
the first color is obviously Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah.
Yellow, which is a bad thing, I take it.
It's a bad thing. So we're gonna try out the lighter version of that one and see if that works better.
Take two. Color two. Reaction?
Much better. It's less yellow. It's brighter. Or lighter, at least. I just think it looks better.
Here is just an example of how the yellow, not the Winnie the Pooh yellow, but the non-Winnie the Pooh yellow, meets the green that's working in the library part of the study. It's a pretty good combination, I think.
I think the green has some yellow in it, which is a good combination. And it's quite funny because yellow and green is the exact combination that we have on the outside of the house, on the facade.
So we think we found a color that works. The second one?
Yeah, definitely
lighter
the second one. Yeah, exactly. And we're not just going to use it for the casing, we're also going to put it in on the ceiling, which is quite cool.
Don't splash paint on the camera.
Oh.
Hey. So Christina, tell the audience what we're up to.
I just want to check the color scheme, both in this room and the now yellow room, to see how the colors work together.
I think we have like 13 of these. It's hand painted. And we have 13 of these, and we have lettering down below. And these are meant to be mounted one after another in a room. And these were painted by one of these dudes back in the 20s or 30s or something.
Like these are from the late 50s.
Okay, yeah. And so starting in the 20s sometime and going on for a couple of decades.
Yeah, till like the 70s.
Right. This used to be a sort of a retirement home for older, wealthier gentlemen.
Yeah.
Kind of a weird setup. And so someone at some point decided to paint all of the gentlemen that used to live in this retirement home. And they put all of these 13 or so up somewhere. And luckily enough, we have all of them still in the house. So our intention is to put them up somewhere in the study because we love the colors of this. And you can see how we picked some of the colors that we're now using, the reds, the green, the yellows. These are all derivatives from these paintings.
Look at this color combination. Yellow background is pretty much the same as the one we're going to use here. So that's gonna look really good together. We should do something with blue as well. I really like this pale blue maybe for the ceiling in the next room or
Yeah.
somewhere. I just like it
Agreed.
together. Like this corner here, these colors,
Yeah.
favorite.
I think one color that we can skip is probably the Ninja Turtle green.
Yes.
Let's just leave that for some other time. But to the extent that this yellow matches our test color, it's pretty obvious that you are looking at experts doing what they do best. I mean, come on.
We have an eye for this.
We need to buy some more of that yellow paint before proceeding. Meanwhile, we can get on with painting the sofa in that green color. First though, we need to clean this mess up. Before we start painting, we got some prep work to do. First, we'll cover up the seams and screws with a layer of mud to ensure a smooth finish. Then, it's essential to prime the knots in the pine wood to prevent them from bleeding through the paint. Finally, we'll give the walls a fresh base coat in a soft cream color, setting the stage for the transformation ahead. We're heading out on a mission to find the perfect materials for a large pinboard we're planning to install in one of our creative spaces. This board will be our go-to spot for brainstorming ideas and mapping out our future projects.
Did we find what we were looking for?
No.
No, we didn't. So, happy?
Yes, happy.
Much better result from this store?
We went to the local hardware store instead, and we bought some cork by the meter that we can just roll out on some sort of board. And we can mount the board on the wall.
Great. New day, new project.
New day, new project. Why don't you tell the audience what we're up to?
Okay, so we went on a shopping trip to Uppsala, and we had an idea to make a large pinboard. We have different workstations around the house, and we realized that we need a large pinboard where we can express all our ideas and schedule as well. So we found this roll of cork. It's a natural material. And we're going to glue it onto this sheet.
It's a particle board.
Yeah. And so it's going to be a large one. A lot of ideas are going to be pinned onto this board.
We need to cut off 10 centimeters or so to accommodate for what we have in that roll of cork. We'll use some of the power tools to do it. And before we use any power tools, let's talk about shop safety. There might be people out there who recognize that sentence. And that's from This Old House and the master carpenter Norm Abram. Everyone's idol, including mine. Shout out to Norm. He was adamant of using protective eyewear, safety glasses as Norm called it, and something for your ears. So let's do that and let's cut this thing off.
It's apple harvest season and our family is here to help us pick apples and make fresh apple cider. First, we need to gather up and toss out the bad apples to clear the way. Then, it's time to shake down the trees and sort out the best apples for cider making. Let's get to work. Making apple cider is a tradition we love, and here's how we do it. First, we start by sorting through the apples, picking out the best ones and tossing any that don't make the cut. Once we've got our selection, it's time to give them a good wash. Next, we slice them in half, getting them ready for the grinder. The grinder chops the apples into a fine mush, which is perfect for pressing. We carefully transfer the apples mush into the press and make sure it's evenly distributed. Then comes the fun part, turning the press to squeeze out every drop of juice. The fresh cider flows straight into our containers, ready to be enjoyed. There's nothing quite like the taste of homemade apple cider, especially when it's made from apples we picked ourselves. It's the true labor of love, and the end result is well worth the effort.
Is away this weekend doing some fun stuff with his dad and brothers, and I'm here with my kids, and my parents are coming. And we are gonna do some gardening work, and that's one of my favorite things to do. Maybe not weeding, but I would really like to show you one of my favorite planting schemes that I've created just one season ago. And we call it the hot border.
This is the hot border, where vibrant colors take center stage. This bold planting scheme combines burnt orange, maroon and dark brown tones, highlighted by complementary purple tones. From early July until the first frost, the border bursts with life, thanks to carefully chosen perennials like Leniums, Great Burnet and Agastache. These rich hues and varied textures create a fiery display. If you're looking to add warmth and depth to your garden, the hot border is your perfect inspiration.
We are getting a lot of comments from you guys on who we are, fair question, how we met, fair question, and how long we've been together and what we've done previously and what we do for work. All good questions. Let's get into it.
When we were 15, Carl and I met for the first time. We were actually in the same high school class. And Carl was this mysterious guy with very high self-esteem. He had that certain atmosphere around him, really. But it was not until when we were 19 and had graduated that we actually got together. And I had just realized that he was available for the first time ever. So I thought, this is my chance to get this guy. And that was the start.
So for those of you interested in math or concerned with math, we are 37. That makes us 18 years in the making, going on 19 in March next year. I should know that. I do know that. It's March 11. Over these 18, close to 19 years, we've been through a lot. We've lived together, apart, in different countries, in the same country, and everything in between. We studied various different things. I studied economics, business and finance in Sweden and in Canada. My accent is not from Canada, though. I used to live in the States as a kid in Florida. Then moved back, kept the house, but kept going back and forth. So the US and Florida in particular has been a huge part of my upbringing, and I'm very thankful for it, although I am a Swedish native. And Christina, she studied to become a landscape architect, and now she works as that and as an interior designer in her own firm. You can check out the links to that below. I guess Christina and I have always been creative at heart. Through various different things, whether it be music, renovations, art, painting, whatever. I also grew up in a family where we did a lot of renovations at all times, always, and we did most of it ourselves. So I guess I had it coming. When we started out buying our first apartments, it wasn't always the case that we did all of it ourselves, and we spent most of our time renovating. As is most often the case, that usually grows over time. And you start doing one thing, you tack on another, and then all of a sudden, you buy a manor house and shit gets crazy for real. So this is a way of life for us in many ways, obviously. I run my own firm and Christina runs her own. So we do this on the weekends and nights and early mornings and everything in between. And this whole YouTube venture that we recently kicked off was really just a derivative of people telling us that, well, that format should fit you guys. And so we did. And the final push of that came this summer, actually, from Philip and Anna from the channel How to Renovate a Chateau. They actually came and visited us, and you guys have probably already seen that episode. If not, check it out. And they were really encouraging of pushing us towards trying it out. If it doesn't work, fold. If it flies, good for you. So now we're trying it out, and hopefully you guys like it. If you do, give it a thumbs up, give a comment down below. And so far, so good. This is episode 3, and we have about 2,760 episodes to go, or something like that.
Both Carl and I come from large families. We have many siblings each. And we have 2 kids on our own. And we like this whole bringing the whole family here. Since we have this big house, it's the perfect place to just invite people. Having large families come with its benefits, both that we have so many that we can invite for holidays to come to our house, but also that these people, they really like to help us, and they come here and work with us and paint and do demo days and things like that. This renovation journey started quite early for us. We had small apartments first that we renovated, becoming larger apartments, became a summer house, and then a big villa. So we've been doing this for quite some time now. And then we finally found this place, which is our forever home. And we are gonna renovate it until we die, basically, because it's so big.
Our vision and idea and hopes with this channel is to show you guys what it's all about living in a place like this. That's going to entail a lot of renovation, obviously, but not only. It's also going to be about the maintenance side of it, because Lord knows there's a lot of maintenance to it. It's also going to show some of our inspirational trips, thrift shopping, and whatnot. We hope you guys really like that type of content. And if you do, give us a shout out below, and please subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next video.